Okay, how's it going? My name is Daniel Cordial. This is my wife.
Nice and cordial.
That's how she usually talks. Just kidding. Alright, so today we're going to talk about creating a 5e character. This is how I do it, anyway, for my players. Usually we do and this is her first character. First time ever making a character, so
don't judge me.
Yeah, so no judgments.
I really don't know anything about it.
We don't judge. Alright, so what I usually do is, and I've been doing this for probably 20 years or so, this is how they roll dice and to pick their ability scores. It's 4d6, so these are d6s.
Yeah, I know that.
So 4d6, you roll those, re-roll ones, and you drop the lowest. So go ahead and roll those.
Do I have to like do this?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Alright, so drop one of the twos. So I'll write it down.
Oh, okay.
So 12. Keep going. Do it again.
Do it again?
Because you're going to get 6 of these. And so there's 16.
Doing this 6 times?
Mm-hmm.
Why 6 times?
So there's 6 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So this is reroll 1, so reroll that one. Okay, so 6, 8. Reroll 1. So 11, 15. So 14. Reroll 1. 10, 13. So there's 6. Alright, so now we're going to talk about what kind of class you should play. Usually, I'll let them roll 2 sets of them. You know, because there's an 8 in there. But, you know, whatever. We'll go
do I
with
need to
this
go
one.
ahead and write these down here?
No, that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to pick what, first we're going to go and pick what race you want to play. So what?
This is what I know nothing about.
Well, that's what we're doing. Alright, so.
I feel like I want to be an elf.
Alright, well, let's go with that then. Why not?
Okay.
So, she wants to be an elf.
Well, let's tell me about the other ones though.
Well, I mean,
Dwarf.
We can go through the
I do know like some of the races, but I don't know anything about them.
So,
just what they are.
Dwarf. Yeah, dwarves. They're kind of longer lived.
I like her.
They're shorter race.
I'm gonna show it.
I think it's on there anyway. But I think their main stats are like it's Constitution, which is like their hit points and their ability to take damage and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What else do they get? Their speed is a little bit slower because they're shorter race, a shorter legged race anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're still considered like a medium creature, which you don't really need to cover that right now. Then there's the elves. Okay, the elves' main thing, I believe, is dexterity score that increases by 2. So these numbers, we're going to assign more. You can increase that dexterity by 2, which makes you. It affects your initiative score with rolls, which determines who goes first in combat. Determines like your range attack, like if you want to use like a bow or something like that. A couple other different things, like there's saves and stuff that spells. People are casting on it, you have to make like a dexterity save or something like that.
I love how you're using the facts, and I'm just like, yes, this picture, I want this.
I like this. It's pretty.
I like this picture.
That's fine too. You do that. Fun fact, my niece Chelsea, I don't know if she ever watched this video, she made a gnome because the gnomes in this, and I think in 5th edition, was it Pathfinder? I think it was a Pathfinder, the gnomes, they are like scintillating colors. They were like, could be like green metallic skin and all kinds of stuff.
That's why she chose it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I gotta be wait, is that a nail?
Yeah, so. I think that might be a drow. I'm not sure. Those are different types of elves. Alright, so. There's halflings, which are like the short people.
Hard
pass. You heard me roleplay as one of those when they talked to him in the end. He was like,
oh yeah.
Okay. So
human, lame. Let's go.
I always play human stuff. Dragonborn, which are like part dragon. You get like a breath weapon.
That's cool.
I think they get charisma. No, strength score by 2 and charisma score increases by 1. So you get 2 different ability score increases.
That's cool.
Gnomes, another shorter race.
Yeah. You have somebody that's a gnome. And you're
Yeah, she's a gnome druid.
Oh, look at the mushroom.
Her person, your name is Sam, but I don't remember your character name. Sorry. Apologize if you watched the video. I'll probably post it on the page, at least.
Half elf, half what?
Human, usually. It's like a half, you know. So, and I think they can pick, charisma score by 2, and other ability score of your choice by 1. So your charisma will go up by 2, and your,
Do they get 2
yeah.
increases off of
And a lot of people will be like, it just depends how you want to play. Or half orcs, they get strength stuff. Tieflings are like a half, like demon or devil.
I've never seen that.
Thing. Yeah.
Or heard that.
There's a couple of them in the party, I think. But a lot of people choose a race by like what class they're gonna play. You know what I mean?
Oh,
or you can just, a lot of people just do it, like, you're gonna do like, I like this one, it's pretty, then we'll choose the class afterwards. And it's not a big deal. 5th edition doesn't really matter that much.
Okay.
So you want to be an elf, so
Write that here.
the main, just write elf there.
I feel like I have to have
Alright, so the main thing you want to do is get your ability scores down. Alright, so you want, let's think about what kind of race, like class you want to be, because we've got elf down, that's what you're going to be, alright? Mm-hmm. And we know, go ahead and write down next to, as a little shorthand, what was your ability score increase again? We want to pick what kind of elf. Alright, so
that's under the traits.
Yeah, elf traits is Dex by 2.
Like there's
and then
the
if you pick one of the other ones, then you get like another ability score increase.
I don't want to be an evil one or a dark one.
Or maybe no.
I don't want those.
All right, so let's do a Dex score increase by 2. So just put a +2. Outside of it, so we know to add 2 to that. Okay. All right, so now let's go through. We're going to pick what class you're going to be. I'm going to come back to.
Okay, are we coming back to that? Because I want to know more about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so classes you can choose from. This gives you this gives you a short description like of what they do, whatever. So there's like your barbarian, which you're like not really heavy armor. You're more like just running up in the middle of stuff and swinging.
I'm gonna be bard. I don't even need to read the rest. An inspiring magician.
Yeah, they use magic and stuff like that. It's
right,
for new players, it's kind of rough, but I always suggest new players play like a fighter because it's pretty. It's basic. You just go in combat and fighting and learning. That's about it. Everything else uses spells, and you have to keep up with spell charts. And
so you're saying I need to be a fighter since it's my first time.
All right. So let's write down fighter.
On class.
Yeah.
But when I get good at this, I'm gonna be a bard.
All right. So it all depends. Like you probably want your main stat. You probably can do. Because you got 12, 16, 8, 15, 14. Let's put just going from that, let's put the 16 in strength. So write 16 there.
In the circle or up here, does it matter?
I think those sheets are actually meant to do it in the circle and you put the modifier up there. But I like to do it the other way, but just however you want to do it. So 16.
I like that too.
So 16, and to figure out what your modifier by that is, there's no trick. You subtract 10 from it and divide by 2. So it's a 16, you subtract 10. There's a chart you can look at, or you can just figure it out. So there's 16 subtract 10, which is 6, divided by 2, so 3. Yeah, so that's a +3. All right, so I'm going to mark it off. Sure, I used it. All right, so we'll probably put your next highest in Dex, just because we want to be the way you have options, and it gives you can wear lighter armor and get better move. So, and higher initiative, I guess. So we'll put that 15. We'll put the 15 in Dex. All right, so. And it's actually a +2, so make that a 17. All right, so
that then?
Yeah, that's just you've already done it. So we know that's -10 divided by 2, so that's +3 also.
Oh, so you can do that for all of them.
Yep.
+2.
+3.
Oh, place +3.
All right, so and then Constitution probably do our next highest one there. Put a 14 there. And that's going to be a +2. Intelligence. Put the 8 there. I mean, it's average. It's not stupid or anything. It's just put the 8 there. I think that one's like
So negative.
I think that might be. I think that actually is a -1.
You have to do that on there too.
Yeah.
Even if it's a negative.
We'll look at it in a second. I think that's a -1.
Man,
So put the 12 in wisdom, which is a +1, and 13 charisma, which is +1.
Okay, I need you to explain
We're gonna.
what all these mean.
Well, it's just like what your body. So if you have strength, what do you think strength means?
I know what that means. Okay, dexterity. I don't know what that means. Constitution.
Hang on. So dexterity. You don't know what dexterity means. If I say you're dexterous about doing something, what does that mean?
Skill.
Yeah, like you're nimble or agile or whatever. You move quickly, kind of thing. Constitution, if that means.
Hang on, I'm gonna write this down.
It's kind of not what it is, but I mean that's you don't need to know that.
Just the gist. Okay, Constitution.
Right.
I don't know what that means. Like rules, laws. I don't know.
Well, you know what Constitution is though. Like your Constitution, like it's how much you can stand, right?
Okay.
So in this game, it's Constitution is how many hit points you have, and your saves later on over here about like versus poisons and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or if you.
So it's how much you can withstand.
Pretty much. Intelligence, obvious, wisdom. You know, there's a difference. It's like this.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Well, I mean, we always talk about if somebody has common sense or book smarts.
Okay.
So here's book smarts. Here's common sense.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of. That's how I look at
Charisma
it.
is just like your personality.
Personality and your looks also too. Whatever.
Why didn't you not put a 17 there? Let's be accurate.
I mean, but it's
Come on.
we want. This is a fantasy game, not your real life character. All right, so.
Well, okay.
All right, so let's go back to Elf then and make sure we got all your ability stuff there. So we can go over and fill some of this other stuff in. Like, does that say speed? Put 30 there.
Where are you getting that from?
Right here.
So under the elf traits, it tells you what to put there.
Yeah. So 30. You have dark vision. You can write that over here somewhere. Just write dark vision. And that lets you see in like dark and dim conditions
Okay.
up to 60 feet. Okay.
Do I need to write 60 feet?
Yeah, that's fine. Keen senses. So pretty much it says you have proficiency in the perception skill. So go ahead and pencil in perception. See that right there?
Yeah.
No, pencil in the circle. Perception.
Okay.
Is that perception?
Yeah.
I can't see it. Alright. Fey Ancestry, you have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic can't put you to sleep. So just write, you can write Fey Ancestry over here. And
I don't know what that means. Read that again. You have it.
Advantage, which when you have advantage on something, that means you're going to roll 2d20s. Usually when you're doing a check, when you do an attack, when you do anything in this game, usually you're like, roll 20. I'm like, hey, make a perception roll. You're like, alright, this and plus your skill. But that's getting ahead of ourselves right now. Right now
I'm confused.
We're just getting the character made first.
Okay.
Alright, so they also can go into a trance, which you hear the guys at the game do that a lot. For 4 hours a day, that is all they need for their rest. You know what I mean? Most people need 8 in the game. Elves only need 4. Okay. Is there a languages slot?
Do I need to write trance?
You can, yeah. Just
like
you keep track of
4
it.
hours?
Yeah.
4 hours later.
Alright. Is there a languages slot somewhere? I'm sure. On the back, maybe. Nope, I didn't double-sided. So it's right over there, like right language, and common and elf, common and elvish.
Is common just human?
Oh, you actually have to pick a sub-race, I guess. So we'll pick, I forgot about that. So, you can either be, you don't want to be a drow, is what you said, right?
So a high elf or a drow? Is that it?
No, high elf, wood elf, or dark elf. High elves are, they're going to give you an intelligence score increase, because you're like, or the wood elf's going to give you a wisdom score increase, and the drow gives you like magic, some other magic abilities and stuff, but this sunlight sensitivity is horrible.
Well, let's do wood elf.
No player wants to do that. So wood elf.
Can I write that next to my race?
Yeah. So we're going to go wisdom score increases by 1, so increase the wisdom to 13, still +1. And you can write proficiencies. Is there, what's this say? What does this say?
Attacks and spellcasting.
Right. So over here writes, there's supposed to be another whole other page of stuff, but I didn't go beside these. Just put, we can just write all that, that's fine. Long sword. Just put long sword. Short sword.
This is what I'm good at.
Short bow and long bow. Those are proficiencies, and I'll explain that in a minute.
Okay.
Alright. Base walking speed increases to 35 feet, so that goes to 35. And this, then they get Mask of the Wild. You can attempt to hide even when you are only lightly obscured by foliage, heavy rain. That's pretty cool. So just write Mask of the Wild down. Hide. So you're gonna go fighter.
Yeah.
Alright. Nope. It's fine. Oh, God.
Are you making me do this so I'll have to play Monday?
No. Alright. So first level. So your proficiency bonus is going to be +2. So right there, that proficiency bonus is +2. Alright. And we just go across the chart. So you get a fighting style and second wind, whatever that is. Alright. So, but first, we're going to hit dice. And I always do max level at first level. So your D10. If you were rolling for it, this is a D10, you'd be like that plus your constitution. Remember I said hit points? This determines how much you can take. So as you level up, okay, you get a D10 plus your constitution modifier after first. So if you were to get second level, you would roll it to add constitution modifier. But for now, we do max at first level, okay?
Okay.
So, which is 10 plus 2. So you're going to have 12 hit points. Wherever your hit points is at.
That?
Yeah.
Right, 12?
Yep. You're proficient, and as a fighter, it gives you proficiency in all armor and shields. You're proficient in all simple martial weapons. Your saving throws are going to be strength and constitution. So pencil in strength.
Am I supposed to do that or put a check?
No, pencil in. I'll explain that in a minute. Constitution. Let's do all that at once. So you get to choose 2 skills from acrobatics, animal handling, athletics, history, insight, intimidation, perception, survival. So you probably want to pick. It's up to you, really. You've already got perception, so you don't even have to worry about that one.
Read those off again.
Acrobatics, which is like, again, that's a dexterity-based thing. Might be a good thing to pick because you're rolling around and whatever,
and
jumping and stuff like that. Yeah. Animal handling, pretty much. If you get on a horse and need it to do something in combat or something like that, or just whatever.
Oh, I thought it'd be like if I sang really pretty, they would come and land on me.
I'm like calling bluebirds to your hand or whatever. History, just like it says, history. You can make a history check in game and like, hey, I want to figure out if I know anything about such and such, blah blah blah. And like make a history check, and you're like, I wrote it horrible, whatever. So insight.
So no, you don't know any history. Is that how you decide that?
I mean, why would I just tell you? Insight is like if you're trying to perceive. It's kind of perception, but like in like you're talking with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm trying to figure out if you're trying to lie to me or something like that, kind of. Intimidation is what it says. If you're like trying to make somebody like scare them, in a conversation or something like that, or like if you run up to a bunch of monsters and you're like, oh, I want to intimidate them and make them have negatives on things or whatever, and you're like, roll intimidation. That's a nat 20, which would be that plus your intimidation score.
What's my intimidation score?
Well, I mean, that's if you pick it or whatever. Yeah, it's charisma. It's based off charisma.
How do you know which ones these are based off of?
Because It has it in the
I
side over
see.
there. But I actually
Okay.
just know most of them because I use them all the time.
You can't
And-
see it probably, but
yeah.
it does have it. In there.
Yeah. And there's survival, which is like out in the wilderness, being able to find food for people and track things and stuff like that.
I'm just gonna
So-
go acrobatics. It's gonna be like parkour and stuff.
Parkour. You have to parkour if we play the game. All right, so acrobatics, and what other one sounds interesting?
Oh, I get to pick two.
Yeah.
Intimidation. Because I'm not intimidating in real life, and this is fantasy, right?
All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll finish those up. So to get this strength save, again, you're proficient in it. Okay, so if you're proficient in anything, you get a +2 to it. All right, so any of these things have +2 to them that are marked. All right, and you get to pick, and you get to add your ability score. So a strength save obviously uses your strength modifier +3 plus your proficiency score. So there's that goes to 5. That becomes a 5. And all right, so was that Constitution?
Mm-hmm.
So what is your Constitution score?
+4.
Yeah. And just do the same for all of them. So acrobatics is dexterity. What else?
Perception.
Yeah. Which is wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
That's all.
then, all right. So you get to start. You start with the following equipment in addition to the equipment granted by your background, which we'll look at in a second. So you can either be chainmail or leather armor, longbow, and 20 arrows. You probably want to do leather armor because you have a high dex.
Is this my armor class?
Yeah. So we're gonna write down right on the back here. Just write leather armor. Armor.
The heck is
Yeah. Longbow. And 20 arrows. Alright, so we're going to pick a martial weapon and shield or 2 martial weapons. Let's do 2 martial weapons.
Is this the only armor I get to choose from?
Yeah, you don't. That's all you. You can't wear a bunch of it. That's really all you need right now.
I know, but what are the other options?
Heavier on you, like plate mail, whatever, chain mail, but you'll have to actually buy it in game or get it in game somehow or something. This is what you start with.
Does chainmail require you sending out 20 messages to your closest friends?
Spam mail.
Does leather armor come with leather chaps?
Oh my god. All right, so it's leather armor. All right, which we can go ahead and find out what your AC is going to be. Which it's 11 plus your dex modifier. So just turn it over. It's 11 plus your dex modifier. Your dex modifier is +3.
Okay.
All right. So
Yeah.
14 would be your armor class.
Oh. Okay.
All right. We're gonna pick 2 martial weapons for you to use. What do you think? Like something. There's. You could probably pick 2 light ones. That's probably what you want to do. Like you pick like 2 scimitars, 2 short swords.
What's a scimitar?
A scimitar?
Yeah.
It's like a wider bladed, like curved sword.
Oh, that's cool.
A rapier is like a tiny little stabby stab piercing. And they each have abilities, whatever. The reason I say like the short sword or scimitar is because they're finesse and light. So finesse means
I want the
this gets a little more in
scimitar.
depth. But if it's finesse, you get to use your dex modifier when you're using it, which you have a decent strength anyway too, so it doesn't really matter too much for you.
Does this show what they look like?
Some of them, yeah. So, finesse. When making an attack with a finesse weapon, you use your choice of your strength or dex modifier for the attack and damage. So you know what I mean. All right. I don't know. Write down.
I want the scimitar.
Okay. You get to pick 2 up. So write down. You want 2 of them?
Yeah, where?
I'm just write it down here for now. So just 2 scimitars.
Is this what the leather armor comes with the bow and the arrows?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get, and you get to pick from a light crossbow and 20 bolts or 2 hand axes. You've already got a longbow, so let's do 2 hand axes. So let's write 2 hand axes. You've already got a ranged weapon. Well, hand
Where
axes.
am I carrying all this stuff?
You're a fighter. They're all over you.
Like Rainbow?
Yeah. I mean, look, see. This guy has this shield
This seems
weapon.
like a lot.
I mean, look though. 2 weapons there. Weapon there. That's the other 2. You know.
I mean, you could put a bow on your back.
Sure. And you get to pick from a Dungeoneer's pack or an Explorer's pack. So.
Dungeoneers?
Yeah, which
Never heard
is. I'm horrible with this because I don't know where that's at. Or what's in it. I'm sure that's here somewhere. Anyway, I think it's just like basic like chalk and other crap. This isn't even. There it is. I looked over it 3 times. So Dungeoneer's pack. Backpack, crowbar, hammer, 10 pythons, which are like little small metal things you can hammer it to a wall for climbing or whatever. 10 torches, a tinderbox, 10 days of food, water. You know, a also has 50 feet of hemp and rope unless you want to smoke it. Strapped to the side of it.
What's the Explorer pack?
Backpack, bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, and a water skin. Pack also has 10 feet of hemp and rope. Again, if you want to smoke.
Which one do you think sounds better?
It just depends. If you want to be going into dungeons or if you want to go out around and have a place
Explorer.
to sleep. So Explorer's pack. Let's write that down. Alright, so you also get to pick a fighting style. So, I think you should do two
badass.
I think you should use 2 weapons, 2 weapon fighting. So, just write over here, 2 weapon fighting. That means you get to use both weapons when you're fighting. Which, and you get to add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack. So, what we're going to do is here is just write, because you have those scimitars, right?
Yeah.
Right, scimitar. We're just going to get some of what you'd roll during the game right now. So, right, scimitar. Alright, and what's the next thing? Attack bonus. So you get to add what your attack bonus is, you're proficient with it, okay? So you get to add +2, plus if you're going to use, I'm sure Dex are either one, but you're probably going to use Dex, so +3. So +5 to hit. And the damage is going to be a D6, okay? So we're at 1D6. And you get to add your dexterity modifier again to that, so +3. So +3, 1d6 +3. So again, so we go into combat, whatever. If I say, you know, to attack bonus, so if you're going to attack something, you'd roll. Remember, you're always rolling a d20. You roll a d20 to hit it to attack. Add +5 to it. Okay, so make it a 9.
That would be what attack I have.
That's what your attack for that round would be. A lot of stuff, like say.
And then you, like the DM, would roll this to see what.
No, you roll damage too. But if you hit it, you know, I mean, I'd tell you if you hit it or not. So, for instance, let's say.
How do you know if I hit it or not?
I was wondering right there.
Okay.
So, for instance, say you're fighting this panther or whatever, right? So I'd say, and you're using your 2 weapon fighting. So pretty much, and you're both light weapons, which means you can attack with both of them. Okay, so you're going to get to attack with both weapons. All right.
Yeah.
So I say you're fighting this panther. I'm like, all right, go ahead and attack it. So you roll a d20. So it'd be 6 plus what?
5.
Which is 11, right? Which I'd be like, that misses.
How do you know?
Because I'm looking at its armor class. You won't know it's armor class, but I'll be like, that misses. So I'd be like, and you get to swing again, because you get to attack twice. So roll. So 10 plus.
Plus 5, 15.
Yep. So you hit. So you roll damage. What's the damage on the scimitar?
This plus 3, so 6.
6, yeah, 6 damage. All right. So you do 6 damage to it. And you'd have. I wouldn't tell you what non hit points would be like, but you know, we'd probably describe it as like you come across with the scimitar and missed, and then came back down across it and slashed on its side or something like that. Whatever, however it was going. And then that continues until on the other side stops or whatever happens. So yeah, that's like a basic character. We're also going to do, I guess, you pick the background and stuff like that.
Yeah, but because what is all this other stuff?
That's what we're gonna get to.
Okay.
All right. So.
Is player name my name?
Yes, you are the player. All right. And its background is just that, like what you're, what you did before you decided to be an adventurer. You know what I mean? All right. So, like you're an acolyte, like you were working in like a temple somewhere. You were a criminal. You're like living on the streets and robbing people. You're an entertainer. You were like, doing whatever. There's different versions of entertainer: actor, dancer, fire eater, jester, juggler. I mean, there's dancer, I guess. Poet, singer, storyteller, tumbler, instrumentalist, whatever. Guild artisan, like you worked for a guild and like helped them do things like build maps or whatever, that kind of crap. You're like the guy sitting in a room somewhere writing out things or whatever all the time. A hermit, like you lived off by yourself and like didn't talk to anybody. And then with all this stuff's going to turn into a lot of the other crap. Okay. Outlander, grew up in the wilds, far from civilization, the comforts of town technology. That might be a good one since you're a wood elf.
Yeah.
That might be a good one.
What's the sage
then? Huh? You spent years of learning the lore of the multiverse. You scoured manuscripts, studied scrolls, and listened to the greatest experts on blah blah blah. And they get proficiency in arcana and history. You get to pick 2 more languages. It adds more equipment to you. You get to choose like a specialty training, or you can roll for it. I like to roll for it because it's fun to roll. Whatever. And that determines other stuff.
A sailor?
Yep. A sailor. Hey, sailor. A soldier. An urchin. There's other stuff.
What was that
in other
Outlander?
books.
Let's just go with the Outlander because that fits.
Okay, so. Alright, so.
Is that my background? Where'd I put that Outlander thing?
I mean, you can write it up here or something.
I didn't know.
What does this say? Yeah, background, right? Outlander. Alright, so. Skill proficiencies, you get to pick athletics. So pencil in athletics. Again, this is something you kind of plot out. We just happen to like not pick these other things.
So plus 2 plus 3, 5.
Mm-hmm. And you get survival. What's that one? 3. All right. So you get to pick a tool proficiency of 1 type of musical instrument. A lute, a harp, a flute. All right, that's fine. All right, just write down flute somewhere. You know where it's at. You get to pick another language that you speak.
What are the types of languages?
I mean, all those races that were before, like dwarf, gnome, draconic, orc, goblin.
Orc.
Right, so
and.
Why'd you mark that one out for?
That was the and.
Oh, okay. Orc, elvish, okay.
Common and. Wait, I gotta pick one more.
No, you just pick one.
Oh, I thought it was.
Of your choice. No.
Okay.
Alright, equipment. This also will add more stuff to you, whatever. Just flip it over. So you get a staff, a hunting trap, a trophy from an animal you killed. That could be like a cloak or something, a hide cloak or something like that. Of some cheetah or some random whatever.
I definitely want a cheetah cloak.
Zebra cloak? Not a zebra one?
I don't know how to spell cloak. Is that right?
Cloak, yeah. A set of traveler's clothes and a pouch containing 10 gold. Alright, so we're just going to roll for the rest of these just for the S and Gs. So what does this say?
Personality.
All right. So personality traits, right? That's what it
Yeah,
says.
personality traits.
All right. So we're gonna roll a d8. I'll let you do it. It's a 5. So you're this is what you were right there. I place no stock in wealthy or well-mannered folk. Money and manners won't save you from a hungry owlbear. That's funny. So I mean, just write. We'll write it out later, just for the sake of the video. Just write number 5 there. I'll let you. All right. So
not materialistic.
Yeah. Ideal. Okay, which is the next one, right? So you roll a d6 for that one.
D6.
So proud. You know what d6 is.
I use these every day in my classroom.
Change, okay, is your ideal. Life is like the seasons in constant change, and we must change with it. Just write change there.
I'm feeling very connected to the self.
And then we'll pick our bond. So roll a d6. 6. It is my duty to provide children to sustain my tribe.
What? It is like scary.
That's funny. I got to make children. I got to reproduce. Keep the wood elf population alive.
Birth.
See how that works? Because
Children.
you can always just run stuff together. So let's see how that's role playing. We're role playing right now. All right. So, and your flaw. So roll d6.
And then
3.
a 3.
I remember every insult I've received and nurse a silent resentment toward anyone who's ever wronged me.
Dang. Bitter much. I'm just gonna write bitter.
All right, so and yeah, so I think that's pretty much it.
So
in a
wait, I'm gonna
nutshell.
go back to this
You can
one
write
because I
10 gold down here too. Because you have 10 gold.
Okay, but I want to write.
You can go through.
Go
it.
back to ideal. I want to
Yeah,
read
we'll
that
write-
again.
we'll
Life
write-
is like the seasons.
That's fine.
constant
After the video,
change.
we're just getting all this stuff down. All right, so and your hit dice is a D10, 1d10,
How do I know?
because that's what we rolled to get your hit points. Remember? All right, so and that's pretty much character.
What?
like,
What about this
basic.
stuff?
That's what it said. You had 10 gil. You have 10 gil right now.
Right down here.
No,
Up
these
here?
are by. They should. You can barely see it now.
Yeah, but
Just write 10 gold somewhere.
it's like CP, SP.
Copper, silver, GP one.
Okay, it's right here.
All right.
Okay. What about where I have the scimitars, but I have all these other weapons? Can I put those in there?
Yeah. So you have a longbow, right?
Longbow,
Yeah, that's
hand
right.
axe.
Okay, so write it down. You're going to be using, if you're in melee though, the scimitar is what you're going to be using. Okay, so longbow is it takes both hands to use, so it's the same thing. It's going to be but
Two
you use your
hands.
dex.
Or two weapon fighting.
No, it's use your dex to hit it because it's a ranged weapon, right? So it's going to be +3, +5, and it's going to be a D8. All right, and
+3.
no,
Why not?
and because there's no you shouldn't get strength with those.
Oh,
I don't think.
okay.
We'll look at it. I don't think you get strength. There's have to be certain kinds of bowls and stuff.
Mhm.
Used to be 5th edition could be different. I don't know anymore. I don't.
Hand axe.
All right, but you want to know your ranges on that too. So
Okay.
like you can put down here in parentheses or something like put LB in parentheses. The range it's going to be 150 short to 600. All right. What's the next one? Hand axe.
Mm-hmm.
So 1d6, and that depends how you use it because you can throw those too, and they're light, so you can use both those hand axes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Swing with them and getting the +5 to attack and +3 to damage.
So it's
Or
+5
you can-
attack
and you
still?
Yep. Because actually it's both the same, so it's d6, and you can throw them. Their range is 20 and 60, so you just write it like that. See how this is?
Okay.
All right, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so
what about initiative?
that's going to be your dexterity modifier, so we're at +3.
Inspiration?
That's if you get inspiration, you get to add dice to your rolls.
Alignment?
Just what it says. How does... Is she good, evil, neutral?
Probably neutral.
What? 122. So, just read off your total options. Neutral? Neutral what? So there's lawful good, neutral good, chaotic good, lawful neutral, neutral, chaotic neutral, lawful evil, neutral evil, chaotic evil.
Chaotic neutral.
Right.
That's my real life. What about, okay, we gotta come up with a name. We gotta name this elf.
You can come up with that at some point. But
alright, I'm gonna have to look up elf names.
okay, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it was too long. It's not that long. It's only 41 minutes. See you guys later.